everyone, your girl is here. It's now officially 10:04. I'm officially just about ready to go to bed. I did want to come on and share, though. This is wild. So obviously 6 more hours and basically my shift tonight, right? So 6 more hours and I would have been exactly how long? It would have been a full 24 hours, right? So match what I just did at work and then stay up another matching that, right? So another 6 hours and it will officially be, that is insane, guys, a full freaking day. But hey, you know, we're getting down there, we're getting excited. I did want to come on and share that I was thinking about doing the paddleboard stuff tonight, but probably not this week. Definitely though next week for sure. You know, we might actually get to it on Friday, Friday night actually, depending on the time and stuff, because obviously I do have another run planned, and obviously Graham wants me to get more corn, right? So probably do a big run, but do it earlier, you know, even though it might be a little bit hotter during the day. I still hold up really, really well, and we've seen that obviously multiple times. As long as I strategically place my waters, I'm good, right? So don't have to worry about any of that. So that's good. And then also I have to use a coupon, right, that I got at my sunflower patch, right? So I have to use that. So probably just use that on Friday. It's the famous, right, 20% off, or is it 25% off 10 pounds of ground beef? Freaking good, guys. So yes, probably just get some subs then that night. So yes, and probably if I went to the sew job, I wouldn't see the location one, right? Because she is on her way out, guys. That was such a freaking blessing and just reunion, right? And also, again, seeing her right before she went to the Lord. Oh my god, guys. Absolutely insane, guys. So, speaking of the location one as well, I did want to come on and also share that the Sam Hunt, right, Make You Miss Me, that also is kind of what I was saying last night. So it's like every other person you ever met was too easy to forget, right? Maybe because they turned cold, right? Well, guess what? I'm not going out like that, right? So, you know, it's kind of cool, right? And then someday, right, maybe I'll be a big voice, right? If, you know, something goes downhill in her life, right? And also, why do you choose the location, Alyssa? Well, it's simple, because she's obviously my younger self, right? So, yes, obviously we have seen that through and through, right? So, obviously the standout video, right? I get on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? It was my last time to just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And yeah, I did really, really freaking insane, because she was basically half of that video, right? So of course that's why I choose to do it with her. Because actually, speaking of that as well, tonight whenever I came home, I did, you know, just check my insights and stuff, and boom, right? The location one is number 1, guys. Once again. So she's definitely been, you know, thinking of me recently. Right? That's a fact. So, yeah, I think that's kind of cool, you know. I'm going out like that. But I'm also not going to make her miss me, if that makes sense. So, it's not 100% like Sam Hunt, but it is a little bit. So, yeah, I think that's really, really cool. So, anyhow, like I said, and then I did, whenever I got home as well, search for bikinis like crazy. I did find one that was like poolside, but it was from Singapore, and it said that you can't deliver to the United States, which made no sense. But there were a couple reviews from in the United States, so it made no sense. So I didn't understand it, but it was Amazon.sg. I was like, what is that? Singapore. Okay. So it's like, for example, Australian sites are .au, right, for Australia, right? So, and then .au, probably .gov or whatever. But yeah, so that was crazy. But I just literally couldn't find it. And then the one website, DHgate or whatever, whenever I downloaded the app, it actually took me to a different bikini. And I'm like, you know what? After all this, I'll just try some poolside. So I tried poolside bikini. That didn't work. And I even added on blue, tie-dye tropical bikini. None of those really came up. And then I was like, I'm just gonna see if I can use Graham's Amazon. And then yes, indeed I did, and it actually ended up being a perfect bikini. So I'll go ahead and post that here now. So that was absolutely amazing to have that perfect, blue bikini, right? So like I said, guys, probably tomorrow we'll go for a little bit of a hike. The morning's supposed to be nice, right? So, or we might just practice, throwing the rope, outside of my yard. So we'll practice that. And then at some point we'll definitely get that, rope to just kind of see, and depending on how much it is, I can honestly just get like a good, practice, get like, 10 feet at the most. I mean, it's probably not a good indicator, but you guys get the point, right? So maybe like 10 feet to start. And I'm sure there's ways I can loop what I just bought together with what I would buy on top of that, right? Like, who wants to waste, right, $10, $15 in the biggest month? That's nobody, right? So, yeah, like I said, we'll officially do those. But like I said, next week, for sure, without fail, we need to get out that, paddleboard, for sure, without fail, guys. That needs to come out next week, for reals. So yeah, like I said, other than that, then, that was pretty much, honestly, just the gist, of tonight. It has just a little bit of peanut butter, for my, snack, right? So, yeah, like I said, really, really good night here tonight. Putting in those hours until it's 3 a.m. on October 7th, that is, guys. So, yes, like I said, I'll officially, though, go ahead and get going. Just want to come on and share brief little updates. Thursday looks good in the afternoon, so the kind of mornings and days are reversed, right? So Thursday looks good in the afternoon. So maybe Thursday we'll try, because, maybe whenever I go down the road tomorrow, well, actually, come to think of it, I have to check my trail cam now. So yeah, it's been out, 7 nights already? Because if you count Thursday, yeah, that's the 7 nights. So I'm curious to see if any animal has kind of like came up to it and like punched it down, right? So yeah, like I said, we'll officially go ahead and get into all of that tomorrow. Throwing practice, maybe I'll take out the GoPro, but actually I can't because I don't have it's not skinny enough to fit through. So yeah, like I said, we'll practice all of that. And one final thing, really quickly, and we'll check to see if that road is open. I did do also some research. I think it is, but it looked at a different, it named a different township, which obviously, again, is, right around, like, on that road, you cross township lines, right? So I was thinking, okay, well, it's probably, but is that from the other end, right? Or is that from the entire road now, right? Because that part of the road is in a different township, right? So, but anyhow, yeah, like I said, we'll officially do all that tomorrow. So, anyhow, guys, I'll officially go ahead, though, and get going, and then I'll talk to everyone tomorrow. Hey, everyone, your girl is here. It's now officially 7:42. I just woke up about 10 minutes ago. I'm officially ready to go ahead and get going. I did want to come on and share just how well that I slept, obviously. So, very, very good, actually, for 3 a.m. yesterday morning. So yeah, like I said, that was really, really good. Just want to come on and share a little update. We're officially going to go ahead now and get some breakfast. And then we're going to go ahead and get my the trail cam later on today. and do some more throwing practice, right? So yeah, it'll be really, really fun. So anyhow, I should probably get a little bit more like rope, right? But for a starter in the beginning, it's pretty good what I have. So anyhow, like I said, we'll officially go ahead and get that and then check that road at the same time. And then we'll officially just keep right on a rolling until 5 o'clock tonight whenever I have to go to work. I'll talk to you guys. We're gonna do a breakfast foods at not McDonald's. We're also gonna do some at Walmart today whenever we're out and about. So just want to come on and share that. I'm officially getting the first half of my just had my cereal bowl, so at 8:10. So anyhow, I'll officially go ahead and get going. Just want to do that little update. I was also thinking about a C-clamp, you know, because it's pretty thick and wide, but I think it's only a couple dollars cheaper, but you know, we'll see, you know, how I want to go about it. But that's also another possibility, right? As long as you don't have it, you know, you have enough room, right? Where again, it doesn't have enough room to just keep slowly banging away. So anyhow, I'll officially though keep going, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, it's now officially 8:53, and I have obviously my Giorgio peach water. That is obviously what we're gonna drink, you know, driving to and from, so I can finish my second water. And then obviously, I just brushed my teeth too. They look really good. I did get my mesh bags around too, so probably start all that whenever I come home from work tonight. So I have my other outfit for 5 o'clock tonight down there, and then yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. So now it's 8:53, so we'll officially go ahead and get going here, and then we'll get to Walmart, get our groceries. I didn't clarify with the C-clamp as well. Those are also really, really nice because you have, you know, you don't have that big long stick, right, sticking up, right? So who wants to be, you know, parasailing, right, and have that big long stick sticking up, you know? So if you can get it thick enough, should be good.
Remote stuff on my car.
Yeah.
That I have to choose a plan.
I know, Mumu. Anything to get money. I know.
And so you're gonna have to read it and see.
I know, Mumu. So yeah, like I said, we'll officially go ahead and get on up here. I do have all my tan underneath, right? So blends in perfectly. I was thinking about wearing my black one. I was like, no, let's not do that, Alyssa. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys at Walmart. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So I did want to come on and share as well. Speaking of me, you know, only using milk in the morning and milk somewhat regularly. This is $5.97, but it lasts me a good 2 weeks. And obviously, remember those bagels are like $3.97 at the most. They'll last you 6 days or 12 days. And remember, it's actually cheaper, I figured out. But, well, Alyssa, you're using all that milk, though. Yeah, but that milk also lasts you more, you know, so it is actually just a smidge cheaper in the long run. So, anyhow, I just got the cereal. Let's officially go get French toast sticks and yogurt. I don't need bagels again. I just got done with those. So yeah, we'll do some French toast sticks, but we'll also look at the price, you know, so we'll see. Get that money saved up. Here we go. Alright guys, $2.64. We'll go ahead and we'll get 2 of them. I already have one in there. So we'll get 2 of them, and that'll be good. So anyhow, here we go. Guys, you won't believe this. Look at this. And that also looks like it'll be super snug and fit. And it's also only, again, $2.97. So if I return that, that other piece, which I obviously will, then that's only $5. So, yeah, that's $5 towards me, right? So savings. So I'm definitely not gonna get this one though. It's a little bit wobbly, But I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like, why does it need to be vertical? It can be horizontal too. Stop with the fun moments. Right? So yeah, there we go. This one's better. So yeah, like I said, that was pretty much all I needed. Just some cereal. I obviously will be on the cereal kick for a while, but that's okay. You know, so no big deal, right? Being on a cereal kick for just a little bit longer, right? Then in that final month, I can officially, you know, be all good. I gotta put it back, but we're also gonna look for some, yeah, that's definitely good. We're also gonna look for some, the taco. There we go. The taco chili seasoning. I know we need some of that. We have everything else, so we're gonna start in on that chili, right? Again. So I'll be on the chili and cereal kick for about another 20 days, and then by then I should have pretty much everything set in stone, and I can start venturing out a little bit more, right? So, well, and also Graham and I are going to get fruits, so I can also make parfaits, so it's not just yogurt, right, in the morning. So anyhow, let me officially go ahead and put this back, get one chili packet, and then I'll talk to you guys once I'm back home. I just looked, these are $2.96. These waffles, $2.46. Obviously, again, I have like $5 or $6 going towards my account, so that'll be an extra like $2.50, right? And I also have all that time, you know, with all that cash for gas. There we go. So we'll officially get one of them. That gives me some more breakfast. So anyhow, different variation too. So here we go. I'm just gonna get it now, and then that'll be an even exchange plus like $3, $1, and then $2.97 with the taco pack, and then like $2.50 with the waffles, so that'll be good. Well, Graham is officially in luck. I'm gonna go ahead and get that for her, and then like I said, I'll officially go ahead and get going later on this week as well. I'll return that other wrench, so that evens out, and again, only $3 extra for, you know, a long amount of chili, right? And you know, because that's better than the pizzas that were like $4 and $5, so what an amazing ending, well, not quite, to the biggest month. And I still have to, again, get those bikinis then in that final month. So, and the zebra one is supposed to be coming, by the way, as well. It shipped today, but the product description definitely isn't what I got. So I really hope it's the right one. But anyhow, like I said it was a tie in the front. I'm like, that's not what the product picture looked like, right? So, we've been having a lot of product misrepresentation this month, right? So obviously that wrench says 2, or the seat lamp says 2 inches. It's actually more like 2.5. Anyhow, guys, they're probably talking about the thread length, though. The thread length itself is 2 inches, probably. Anyhow, let's officially go check out. Everyone, your girl Liz here. Oh my god, guys. Look, this is 100 times better. Look at this. Not going anywhere at all. Nowhere. Like, literally nowhere. Okay, I think you guys get the point by now. Guys, that is awesome. Wow. I literally can't believe I got it. So now, you know, well, no, I can save that for another time. But I'll probably return it later on this week for sure. So I'll get out the receipt and that $7.97, because that's what it was. Let me actually get out the receipt and double check. And then you guys saw what I just said, right? That shampoo evened out. Boom, just like that. Way to go, Alyssa. So let me actually find that receipt. I'll be right back on with you guys. Hey guys, so actually I can't seem to find the receipt, so unfortunately what we'll do is we'll just return it without the ID. What they do, just to make sure you're not committing fraud, right? They obviously have your ID, and they scan it in, right, to know that you're not that kind of person, right? So, and then they'll just give you a cash refund for anything under $10. Because I do remember when I was returning Graham's thing for her, I had obviously seen it, right? And yeah, I had seen that it says we can take it with or without a receipt. So just so they know, you know, you're not one of those people, right? So, and it goes off what I said with the Fox, you know, cameras, right? It's like, you know, and I actually, now that I hear more about it, it makes sense, right? So obviously they don't just want anybody and their brother and their mother having access, duh, right? But in the sense of, oh my god, the police officers are gonna know that I have a 2016, right? Because, you know, sometimes the body, right, is the same for a couple years. It's like, oh my god, they know it's a 2017. Congratulations. Other people, hey, they have a car too, you know, right? Oh my god, they're gonna know that I have my hair up in a bun. Congratulations. If they have a girlfriend or a wife, guess what? She has also had her hair up in a bun before, right? It's like, if that's what people are worried about, that's just nonsense. Congratulations, right? Like I said before, I'm not gonna freak out that you know that I have a car payment. I'm just like everybody else in the world, right? Unless you're born into richness and fame, you will at some point in your life need a car payment. Even though my car is going to be paid off pretty soon, guess what? In no time at all, well, maybe not no time at all, like 2 years, 3 years, if I take care of it, I'll only have about 6,000, maybe 7,000 down for a new car. So yeah, guess what? It's still another loan, right? You know, so living a life without any car loan ever, right, and just going from car to car, buying them outright, it's very rare, right? I mean, unless your parents buy a brand new first car for you, right? And then you take care of that and you're also saving up at the same time because you literally have it for 6 years then. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a difference. That's a big difference, guys, right? But what I'm talking about is very rare, right? So my situation, right? And again, we all have things, right, that you can't be envious of one person because they're also envious of you for another reason, right? And I shared that before with there's like a turnaround, but there's only one house, right? So they don't have to have a privacy fence, right, for their backyard, right? They're groovy on that end, right? But they're also envious because if somebody's drunk late at night, they don't know what the hell they're doing. They fall asleep and most people stomp on the gas when they fall asleep, right? Well, because of that, they're at a higher end of having somebody drive through their house. Now all these other people along the street with their front yard, guess what? You know, there's a curb, right, to deter, right, somebody driving right through your house, right? So yeah, you know, you're envious of their front yard and they're envious of your backyard, right? Because they don't have all that extra expense. You don't have an extra expense. You can just have a pool and not have to worry about weirdos, right? So yeah, like I said, can't be envious because you're just envious of them for a different reason, right? You can't live your life like that. Anyhow, guys, let's officially go get this trail cam probably switched out, and actually, yeah, we're gonna switch it out and we're also gonna move the location, but we're not gonna check it out there. So anyhow, guys, here we go. Hey everyone, your girl is here. Guys, this is not a secret. It was actually true what they had said. So anyhow, I just want to come on and share. But that's exactly what I had said to her whenever she's like, didn't you see the road closed sign? It's like, yeah, you know, sometimes it actually takes them a while to take it down. So yeah, so exactly what I said. They complete the work, right, around 4 o'clock. And, you know, then they start a new job and maybe on their way through or something, or maybe a different crew picks it up on the way through, right? So anyhow, guys, we don't need to go back to that. Anyhow, I'm officially gonna go ahead and drive the rest of the way to get my trail cam. Oh guys, here I am now. That is a big time bummer. So obviously there was this tree branch that definitely wasn't here before, but I don't think that would have done it. It was probably another animal. Oh my god, guys, something even came in from behind. Oh my god. Guys, but these were definitely not of nature. I mean, just look all around behind. You know, this was probably definitely somebody who wanted to do this on purpose, but we won't know until we check it. All right, well, let's see if the card's in there. You know, this camera's so messed. Oh my god, it is, guys. And look, guys, it's still on. No freaking way, guys. It is still on, which that means we will definitely very easily be able to figure out. Oh, don't want to scream. There's just a leaf blowing. Look. I thought that was a deer really quickly, but guys, that is such a bummer because we have no idea when it did that and when it fell in. But it almost looks like that definitely has to be people. You know, that can't be just, there's no way. So anyhow, guys, I'm officially gonna go ahead now and get to my throw the GoPro. Well, not the GoPro, but just the lasso or the rope throw. There we go. We're gonna get to that practice location. But I was like, no way. That is crazy, guys. Absolutely wild. You know, and I even thought about that once I left. See, I even thought about that once I left. Because I was like, you know, there was that animal, that possum, right, that was rather agitated, right? And it kind of looked like, you know, what happens if they get agitated now? But yeah, like I said, guys, that's a little weird. I'm going to look at the before picture as well, because I still have that. And then I'm just going to see, you know. So anyhow, let me go ahead and do that. And then, like I said, I'll take you guys down a little bit. And we'll work on throwing the GoPro. What will be the GoPro. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. It's now officially a little bit later. I did want to come on and share. I didn't just share whenever I was there checking my trail cam. So what I'm going to do actually instead is I'm going to wait, or I'm going to just pull it all entirely, because now that the other road is opened, it makes it super nice and easy to go check or go put it out around that area, right? So I'll probably do that one more time. I didn't also share as well that my gas is still at a half tank, which is really, really good too. So definitely slowly but surely, right, working on that progress for Florida, all right? So definitely very, very good. So alright, I think that was an Oriole, but I can't figure out what it was trying to portray. So, anyhow, there's the cardinals behind me. So, anyhow, I'm officially going to drink half of this, and then we'll come back on, and we'll really get to some really good throwing practice. I might have to pat down some of the grass, but maybe not at the same time. So, anyhow, let's officially roll. Alright, guys, this one is totally smart. Actually, since I've been failing to do the thumbnails, and I didn't share that last night, that obviously, well, you guys might have seen, I went through and I re-updated my thumbnails, right, because it was forever, right, so I'll officially do my, maybe get the whole dress in there too, no, but the focus is the knot, so. Perfect. So you guys can see I switched it up a little bit. I went ahead and just did 3 loops, and then I took that working, well, yeah, the working line, which is the one that has the most, you know, to pull through and stuff. I went ahead and I looped that. No, this would be the working line at the very end. So I went ahead and I did like an 8, like an S kind of figure, and then I looped it down, up and under, and then I did it one more time. I brought more down, and I went loop, loop over this line, and then I worked underneath, right? Because if you do it over top, well, then you're just undoing what you just did. So yeah, like I said, I think I'll probably just start like right here, honestly. Let me just kind of see how it gets caught. I mean, it is a little bit caught. Yeah. Oh no, that's just the ending. Trying to think. You know what? We'll just keep patting it down a little bit. Well, actually, I need to. Well, I can just make that my area. All right, guys. I mean, it seems pretty good. So, if I have to, you know what, guys? This is what we're gonna do. I'll just have to move all my stuff. We're actually gonna have to come here and start here. This is much better. And then I'm gonna have to, just in case I do, jeez, Alyssa, be careful with it. So I do have to move my stuff, just in case I whale it way out there. So, yep, that's good. And bring in the bag, tripod, so can. And put the keys on top of the trash bag so it don't blow away. And then here we go. We got our Columbia then. Go ahead and set that down right here too. So, alright guys. There is one little issue though. I have that tree. I'm not gonna break it off. I mean, that's pretty nice. There we go. This I like a lot better. And then what I'm gonna do is there are a couple trees around here, but no. Well, either way, guys, I'm gonna have to break that off. No. You gotta get good practice. So, you gotta also know how to control it and all of that too. So, you can't take the easy way out, and that's what we're not doing, guys. Alright, so, I think this should be good here. Okay, now let me remember. I want to go towards the tree. Yep, okay. No. Wait, no, listen. You're a left-handed girl. So I want to go... No, I do want to go this way. I just need to have the right arm to it. Okay. So we're going to do kind of like a loose coil. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but we're going to try a loose coil here. Whoa! Okay. Decent, Alyssa. Decent. Good girl. That was pretty good, guys. It was very good. Indeed. Wow. Well, actually, come to think of it, that was the entire length of this. Almost. I mean, you guys saw how taut it was. So that's really good. So, let's go for another round. Have the coil just right. And we're also seeing how far... Nope, I messed that one up. Alright, let's just try a little bit less this time. So, let me try to hold it closer down. No! Come on, Alyssa. Get it. Whoa. Where did the water bottle even go? Felt like I threw out my shoulder. Let me go find the water bottle, guys. I got it back now and I redid it. So, I do think actually what happened was there was just so much force. But what I'm actually going to try to do now is actually just throw it on its own, you know? Because, well, actually no, because the energy would all be transported out. But I just want to see how far I can throw it on my own, you know? So, without all the because as soon as you stop, all the energy stops. So it's not like you can spin around and then stop, throw your arm back and throw it. That's not why you do that, right? So anyhow, guys, we'll officially just throw it out here as far as we can. Okay, almost to the other tree way over there. Let's do that again. I mean, how many feet though is that? Well, that's what we'll do next time, guys. We'll get out my my tape measure and we'll actually measure how far. And that's a pretty good throw, guys, you know? You guys remember when I did the throwing in the softball? Get down there. Okay. Pretty decent. So I'm trying to see. If I laid down, my head would probably go here. Guys, that's close to 40 feet at least. You know? Pretty freaking good, guys. You know? Now throw the GoPro when it's like that. You might not even need to spin around. But it would be nice to have it, you know, be able to spin around, you know, if I really want to go out, you know, at other parts like Florida Keys. So if this actually ends up working out well, I'll just keep this, you know, and throw it. But, you know, like I said, whenever I want to do really deep stuff, you know, if it's like a super light, heavy chop or whatever, definitely don't have any issue doing it there. Okay, yeah, that seems to be about my farthest, guys. We'll do one more. One more, though, just to see. And then I'll measure how far that is. Why don't I throw it back? Wow, guys. Right in front of the freaking camera. That was awesome. Oh no, the lid came off, guys. Which means we definitely got to find that lid, or this next throw will be my last. So let me try to find the lid. Alright guys, so it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to find it. It's literally like finding a needle in a haystack. So probably just make that my last throw. But I did just quickly think of an issue though. Obviously, I think I might need to get a little bit more rope then too. Or I could have like a little bit more rope for when I need to throw it and, you know, power throw, right? So when I need to power throw, I'm gonna need to have like a 25 foot. Right around there. But I'm actually gonna need more because you guys saw the rest of it. Eventually, at some point, the energy can't be transferred through the whole, you know, coil, right? So it does die out. So if I can throw it a good, you know, distance, then I'm gonna need even more, right? To just be stationary. But wouldn't that also then take up and be the right amount for when I see? And a lot of it too is probably knowing right when to do it, you know, because there I threw it and it's probably just spin. So like on that Like once my, so for me, it'd be once my left knee spins around. Ready? 1, 2. See, right there, I hesitated a little bit and I slowed down. I was like, wait. I pretended like I had both hands on it, like they do in the Olympics, right? So, 1, 2, 3. See, that was even low. So let me focus on my knee, right? And just do it like this. So, 1. Oh, I see the cap. 2, and a little bit too early. So you don't focus on your knee. No, Alyssa. There I did what I did with the container, guys. Well, hey, who knows? This might actually weigh as much as a GoPro. And you know, way I thought as well of cheating on this. This one's pretty funny. So just take it to like a deli, or like a butcher shop, you know, some place where they have those kind of scales, and just ask them if they could weigh it for me. So, I mean, hey, that's pretty smart. So, all right. I finally got it back now, guys. So that's what we're gonna do next here. We're gonna focus on and get the coil just right. You know what, we're gonna try something here. So we're gonna have the main bulk of the coil be like there, right? But we're gonna focus on really just knowing this good, right? So the bulk of the coil is here, right? So we know that this entire length won't go. It needs to carry the whole thing. So I only have up to here, as you guys can see, right? The rest of the coil here, right? And I have up to here loose, right? So now what I have to do is focus on, you know, my footing, right? And knowing how well I can do, right? So just focus on my footing and knowing how well I can do. Come on, Alyssa. So I think it's because I'm right around those trees. Let me move myself up a little more. Okay, let's try that. Oh, whoa, okay. Not quite, Alyssa. Not quite. Alright. So the rest is pretty much coiled and out of my way. See, you know, eventually, guys, later on, once I get better at this, we'll do a circle around, and I won't be able to leave that circle. You know? You know, I probably need to have it on this side of me, just because I'm left-handed. Yeah, guys, look, that's what I need to do. Be on the left-hand side of me. I need to stop with that. Okay, there we go. Alyssa, come on, girl. Get it together. Alyssa, get it together. Come on. Oh, whoa. Alright, guys, so even throwing it with just that little bit. And that was hardly any of my muscle. That's really far. Oh my. The whole way pretty much to where, wow. Guys, that was good. Whew. That was really nice, guys. Let's perfect this a little bit more. Whew. We're gonna be on top of the world. Maybe not on top of the world. Okay. No, that's not gonna work either. See, I need to really work on that. Having this off to the side. No, Alyssa. Jeez. What is wrong? How can I get this? What about this, guys? Get it in your left hand, because you throw with your left hand. Have the rest of this here, throw, and just drop both of them at the same time. Right? Like, why not? Would that really change anything? I don't really know, but we're gonna find out. No! Oh, let me get it on there, guys. I'm just gonna have to put on that tape, guys, because guys, I officially went ahead and got the tape on. I do not think, as well, I was just thinking about it, whether it goes from the ground to the air or it's in the air in coils and the energy is let go. I do not believe that there will be a difference, right? Because it's like, you know, the ground in itself doesn't have energy. It has potential energy, right? So, for example, you have kinetic energy change the potential energy, right? Like farmers, right? When they till their ground. And then the potential energy that is in the ground needs other kinetic energy, like rain and bugs and pollination, right? To have the potential energy become available energy, right? So I don't really think that doing that is going to change much. So because of that, we will officially do what I had just said. We're going to have, you know, loosely held coil in one hand. Just one more, actually. Okay, now we have some loosely held coil in this hand, and then we let them both go at the same time. But we have energy from the head start, right? Whoa, whoa! Did you guys freaking see that? Oh my god! Probably a good 6 or 7 feet beyond, guys. Oh my god. No way. Guys, that was so rewarding to get that. Oh my god. No freaking way. Oh my. Alright guys, let's do that again. We're gonna get this. So, loosely held coil. Once I master that, I can perfect, you know, kinda more tightly held coil. Right? So, coil and coil. Okay. Alright guys, let's whale this. I'm talking whaling. Whaling this stuff out there. Oh, no! Oh, held on way too late. Oh god. Alright guys, held on a little bit too late on that one. That's okay. This is all practice. That first one though was the best. Whew. That was so freaking awesome, guys. And here comes the sun. No big rainbows though yet, but soon. Alright, so a good anchor point. Now also, I do have to remember, well, now I could potentially throw it a little bit further. I just thought of this because the weight in here is fluctuating, right? So if I throw it, obviously I'm not holding it like this, but if I were, like let's say I let it go like this, the weight is going to be down below, and therefore it's going to drop faster, right? But it probably won't be catastrophic amount, but in the long scale of things, right? So once you start getting up to like 40 and 50 feet, it's kind of like the more you save, the more you buy, the more you save, right? So the more that you go out, the more you're actually losing, right, too. So it is something to just think about too, because this water and fluctuation and where is the water when I let it go, it's not always stationary, right? So it's not always the same. It's just the GoPro, right? So definitely some good stuff to think about. But anyhow. Oh! Alright, decent. Alright, I'm actually going to take you guys off now and show you guys this. Alright, so this one came the whole way. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Which is pretty much right in line. I mean, it's one of my shorter ones, but it's pretty relevant. And then, like I said, guys, in there, right, is where the one went. But that last one, really good one I did with you guys, came the whole way to here. So let me try to show this. Boom, and then about 5 feet in there, and then right over there. Wow, guys, that is really freaking good. So we're gonna try one more. We're gonna do our best one. We're gonna try to beat that record. And then next time, we'll definitely get the GoPro out, or at least we'll bring out the case, you know, and get that out here, because, you know, it's better to practice that stuff early with the actual GoPro or the housing unit, right, with it, right, than to, you know, break it like right before vacay, and then there's not enough time to get a housing unit, because that would be catastrophic, guys. Very catastrophic. So yeah, so like I said, especially with the keys, right, like I could have never gotten those amazing Barracudas, right, and the I forget what the silver and like black ones, almost like zebra stripes, right? So, but it's actually silver, not white and brown, or it would be a zebrafish, right? So no, and I actually wonder if zebrafish exists. But anyhow, guys, so yes, or brown zebras, right? Brown zebrafish. Anyhow, guys, so yes, obviously that would obviously, you know, change things up and be absolutely terrible. Change things up for the worse, right? Because it's not like I'm changing something up for the good, right? Because I've already changed things up for the good, right? Before Florida. That would be changing things up for the bad. And we don't want that, guys. We want to really enjoy this time here. So, anyhow, guys, yeah, let's officially go right on and rolling here and get some good old Florida Keys, guys. And very soon. So, but until then, we have to focus. What in the heck? Look at that, guys. That's crazy. Did I make my own hangman's noose? Well, I won't bet. I'll have to get you guys in the sea. But that's crazy. Alright, guys, let's officially test it. Wait. Yeah. Well, again, I'm not going to think about it. But you would have to have, oh geez, yeah. Okay, so you would have to have, I forget how they do it. But again, this is not one of those videos at all, and I am not going to encourage that at all. But I think, yeah, right. So anyhow, let's officially. Alright. Well, hey, I was thinking about a hangman's noose, right? Earlier this year, right? to get my, you know, GoPro and stuff. So, yeah, anyhow, let's focus back on this, guys. No reason to make people worry for no good reason, right? So, anyhow, guys, let's officially get this, and let's try one more. We'll do our best one right here. Nope, not quite. I didn't quite have a throwing set. It's right in line with the other one. Alright guys, here we go. Actually gonna do one more here. There we go. No! Guys! No! No, 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 and no. No, guys, no! No, guys, I think those are, oh, no! No! Guys, no. Bummer. Bummer. Guys, no. Look. I'll do my bummed out face. No. No. Guys. Guys, that would have been perfect. Guys, did you see how freaking high that was and the trajectory on that? Because I lifted my arm up just the slightest. Wheeled it out there. Oh my god, guys. Let's go look at the aftermath of that. Holy cow. No way. No. See, guys, look at the height on that, too. Oh my gosh. Guys. And this is where it ended up. Because of that. Oh my god. Guys, and look. We're basically right in... Oh no. Guys. That is so freaking awesome. I literally can't believe I just threw it out here this far. Imagine where it would have went if I didn't, guys. So like I said, guys, next time I'm here, we'll definitely practice with the you know, or with the GoPro housing unit, right? Because of like the way that it will be, right? So yeah. Oh my god. No way. I literally can't believe that, guys. Oh my god. That is awesome. Whew. Alright guys, so I'm officially going to go ahead here and pack on up. This has been absolutely terrific, guys. That was so high. It has so much projection left. Oh my god. Alright guys, anyhow, I'll talk to you guys later once I get home. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. Oh no, there it is. It's still there. There it is. I came through here and I was like, I'm gonna just see how big it is now. And yeah, it actually is still there. Must have moved it on its side. Cause where was I when I must have been here. So, yeah, they're pretty smart, guys. I thought a bear came through here and broke it down. Anyhow, I just watched 10 minutes of my film. Now I'm going to watch another 10 because I got a lot to do. You know, a lot of... Well, I can listen to the wording, right, whenever I was throwing the rope driving home. But I also have a lot of pictures, obviously. And obviously, yeah, I included it. And you guys will see at the start of this, in the first 10 minutes, there was a lot of stuff to add in. So I'll watch until I get here. And then I'll officially head on home. And we'll enjoy the rest of our day, yeah, in the, right around my place. Maybe we'll go out and tan for a little bit, if the clouds stay back, and it definitely looks like they should, and it looks like they are, too, which is nice. So, anyhow, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, it's now officially 2 o'clock, and I officially, obviously, have some Cheeto hands, so I did have them, and then I'm going to go ahead and have just one fancy cake for lunch, as well. Just a snack lunch because I'm going to be eating here in, right around an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. Because then obviously I have to go into work, right? And do some cleanup tonight. So because of that, I'm going to have some spaghetti. So Grandma actually made some spaghetti and she has it in there. So just a little snack lunch for now. Probably bust out some, peanut butter. I don't know why I'm going to say popcorn. Peanut butter. So I'll probably bust out some peanut butter as well. But like I said, you guys can also see I got my clothes done. So it was all taken care of whenever I came home. And then now we can officially go ahead and do the trail cam check. And that'll pretty much be today's film, actually. Because, I'm getting off at 8. There might be another short video. But since I saved last night's video and didn't make it a 2 for Tuesday, you can always have it a while. What about your own Wild Wednesday, right? So, and that's what I'll do. I'll just have 2 videos tonight. If I do decide to make one, but I don't know, actually. And I did actually, just as I was watching that, I did realize as well, what I'm going to have to do is, that was not thinking clearly. So obviously, right, if they didn't have the parachute, right, and a cable would break, well, whoever was being up in the air by the parasail, they would obviously sadly die as a result of the fall, because once you're up so high, water doesn't, your body doesn't evenly, water can't evenly disperse, right, whenever you're up that high. It's the same as just falling onto concrete, because the impact, the water just can't do it, right? It just can't form into you, right? So, and evenly disperse, right? Whenever it's something that fast, right? So anyhow, that's obviously why you die. So because of that, the weight is obviously much lower. So it'll be good to be able to do that with the GoPro. But whenever I'm practicing it with it, it's gonna have to be a solid no. I'm gonna have to see. It's probably the same as like a baseball or like a softball, right? So maybe we'll just do with the softball, right? Use one of my softballs. Because, you throw that and it hits the ground. It's still rattling and moving around in there. And we don't want any of that, right? So it's probably just safer to just do a softball, right? So stop with the blonde moments, Alyssa, and just do the softball. But seriously, though, I wonder how much the GoPro does weigh. I have to figure that out. So anyhow, guys, let me go ahead and get some peanut butter in me. And then we will officially go ahead and do my GoPro check. Or GoPro check, trail cam check, right? So anyhow, here we go. Hey everyone, your girl is here. It's now officially 2:10. As you guys can see, lights are obviously all shut off now. And we can officially go ahead and check my trail camera. I did want to come on and share the experiment that those people did on the cruise. And they just talked about how it's supposed to be a 2-room and a 1-room, because I never shared the start of this video, the little research that I did yesterday before work. So, and I didn't quite understand what he was talking about with the boat guy, because it's actually been over a year since I watched him. You guys remember last year I watched him once I got up here, and they were going through that little cave, right? So I didn't quite understand with the water line, right? And if the boat flooded, how it would push away, like it would push. I didn't quite understand what he was talking about with that whole door frame, how he was going to get that all to work. But definitely I like the bow, right? The knowing of the, obviously he would have to know that, right? He lives there on that boat. But yeah, then he did a lot of sanding down and everything. So anyhow, I will officially go ahead and check this with you guys. And then, yeah, so we got 27. Okay, 27 to 16. Okay, so it looks like we only got, got a decent amount, guys. So, here. It looks like, I mean, it doesn't look like any of the animals were really agitated. See, you don't know what night it fell, though. And see, right? All those 1 in the mornings. But it definitely looks pretty consistent in the 1 o'clock hour. Like 1:18, 1:46. So something was definitely around it. But they could have also knocked it down that first night and then decided to come back through. It also could have gotten maybe an owl, right, flying through. It could have got the sun, illuminating the sky. We don't know until we check them, so let's check them. So this one's number 1. Let's see what this is. Yep, you can hear something. Getting agitated with it. I don't know why they get so agitated, guys. I mean, it's just the same as like a big stump. I don't understand why they get so agitated with it. Those look like deer ears, guys. No, that's just bugs. I'm ready for the action. Let's see what this is here. Okay, there it is. Porcupine, skunk. It's really hard to tell. Okay, let's watch this again. So by the time it had already started to record, it was already... what in the heck is all that white stuff? Porcupine, it's so hard to tell. But then it looks like it comes back, guys. I mean, it has to, because there's still more films. So, like, goes in there and, like... Was that it drinking? Oh my gosh, guys. What? Guys, I think that's it drinking. Because well, obviously them drinking is insane, but... So what are the rest of the films then? There it is again. So it's just like drinking. Well, so every time it drinks then, basically. Oh my god. Guys, that thing is pissed. Guys. What? Let's watch this again. Guys, this is insane. Oh my god, guys, this is insane. See, I wish I would have taken pictures in there so I could have understood, like, how it tossed it. Like, did it toss it towards, like, this one corner at the start? $146. 154. I'm curious when it piled up all those logs. That's what I want to know. What was that? What is it? Let's watch this again. Let's see what that was. Looks like a squirrel. No, guys, was that that's an owl, I think. Yeah, guys, that's an owl. Hang on. Wait, guys, no, that's a hand. Guys, that is a human's hand. What? Like the knee and like the thighs up there? But then what is that? Guys, no, that's I bet you that's somebody in a dress. That's what that is. Guys, that's insane. Because what else would that be? That's definitely a hand. Then a leg. And then it looks like you guys, you can't really make out the shoulder up there. Here, let's just listen really closely to this. So you don't hear any breathing. But guys, there's so much, that's so blurry though. I mean, humans can breathe so low that you can be a decent amount and not understand. Guys, that is so, what is that? Guys, there's no way that's a person. Because how would a person be able to do all of that without making any leaves? Or, guys, this is this is, okay, just a squirrel. Guys, it's a nomination for the wildest check in general. Because, guys, how would there's no way that's but that looks like a person's hand. And there's a squirrel again. Guys, it looks just like a person's hand. This was today at 10. And then I hope it wasn't broken, though. Because right there, everything kind of was red. Okay, yeah, so that's me. But you guys see how altered everything is? I really hope they didn't really break this that bad. Not to do a couple test films. No?
No freaking way, guys.
Alright, guys. So, like I said, that is some insane trail cam stuff. We got to hear whatever it was. It was a porcupine or a possum. Not a porcupine. Maybe a skunk. But anyhow, we got to hear it drinking, which is, I mean, not like out of this world, but it's really rare, right, to get them drinking. Well, not get them drinking, but to hear them drinking, right? So that's kind of cool, and obviously, just hear them drink, because then you kind of get a sense, like, do they gulp it down? Do they kind of inhale it, or just go down a tube, right? And I don't actually know if you could determine what kind of animal it is, depending on how hearing them drink. And because of that, you might be able to, but I don't know if there's the difference. I have to look into it. The difference between how a possum and skunk drink right? So for example, like anteaters, right? They kind of just do a big long slurp, right? So, and obviously hummingbirds do that too. So that is definitely insane, guys. That, what one was that? That's here at the 145, I think. Here, listen. No, it's at the next one, the 146. No, which one was it? We just looked at it. Is it the 154 maybe? See, and that's when everything was moved in there. I'm going to have to go back through and watch my film. And then maybe that'll be my second video tonight, is coming on with more ideas. Because I just don't, I just can't foresee. But it also doesn't actually move. Why? It almost just like, almost have to like look at how it was in there and see, you know, because it's also at a slant too, right? So of course, right, somebody could just be standing there, right, and then you see their arm go over. Maybe that's their arm. But guys, it looks like the thigh part of the humans, right, who would just be standing there. Guys, this is, I need to go back through and see exactly how the trail camera was in there whenever I got it today, so I can get the best idea of where is it, how does, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, probably definitely figure that out. So kind of, you know, play my own detective, especially since I didn't share, but they actually got somebody, the person who robbed, right? So remember how I was talking about the sunflower patch, right? And how they have their own little store too. Somebody actually robbed that, and I was going through different, you know, things myself. I'm like, how in the heck are they going to get this, you know, person? You know, maybe the Amish secretly had a hidden camera somewhere. You know, like, this is just really hard to figure out. And how did they not, you know, set off alarms, right, whenever you broke down the glass? But they actually got in through a secret little window. And then Graham came back whenever I was done, and she's like, you know how they got them? And I was like, well, how did they? Because I was trying to figure it out and play my own detective and try to figure it out, and I couldn't. Because actually, there was, the two of them were sitting there whenever I went by, you know, 2 weeks ago. So they were all sitting there, and I was like, huh. You know, I didn't think anything of it. You know, I mean, they got to eat too, right? They go on lunch break too, right? They go just like everybody else does, right? Go to McDonald's, go to wherever, right? So, I didn't think anything of it until I heard they were broken into. But then I was like, wait, oh my God, wait. This is insane. Because how they got him was, the mask that he had on, it was only sold at a couple different places. And it's like, oh, okay. So hone in on the mask. That's what I should have done. I should have honed in on the mask and I would have known, right? So anyhow, guys, that was very smart. But like I said, I'll play my own, you know. So what about my own FBI job, right? So, all right, guys. I'll officially go ahead and get this video up and produced. It is a very long video, but hey, you know, this is the wildest, right? Trail cam check with the wildest, with the best, so far, wailing practice. You know, so yeah, and it's okay to have over an hour, right? And hey, we're getting back in that groove, guys, because coming up here in just over a month, we're going to have a lot of hour videos again, remember? Remember how I said that the best, or I don't really like to have all the hour videos? Well, it's actually okay, you know, because it's right before Florida, right? You got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, anyhow, guys, I'll talk to everyone later. Hey, guys, I actually just looked quickly, and you guys can see I accidentally deleted the video, because obviously it was just a driving video, and it was like a minute long, because of where I turned around. So, because of that, I don't actually have to show you guys, but yes, indeed. Like I said, there was 2 that were there, whenever I was officially there. So anyhow, that is absolutely insane. How we were actually supposed to hone in on the mask, right? But hey, like I said, there's all sorts of avenues, and that's why they get paid big bucks, right? So yeah. So anyhow, guys, I'll officially though go ahead and get going, and I'll talk to everyone later on tonight or tomorrow. As you guys obviously saw when I texted the location one, so obviously that's what that little Canadian flag is, right? So she snuck across the border, right? So yes, obviously she deleted it and then she put it back on, but now she seemed to have deleted it for a good, 2 weeks now. So that was obviously why I started that text to her like that. Anyhow, guys, I'll talk to everyone tomorrow.